Real quick, before we get into the goodness, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you're notified to every time we upload a video. Appreciate you. And now let's talk about my black hatred in the political realm. Because as I've said, I have been accused of, hating my race, being anti-black, blah, blah, blah. All the Uncle Tom that like to say. And I guess my question would be, why do so many of y'all black folks fall aboard that Democrat train anyway? I made reference to it at the beginning, and that is, do your research, learn your history. A lot of people like to bring up slavery of the past and reparations and the Civil War. Y'all do know that the people trying to free the slaves were the Republicans, and the people that wanted to keep the slaves were the Democrats, right? Y'all do recognize this? And then when it comes to the greatest threat to America, as the politicians of the Democrat Party likes to point out, all this white supremacy, y'all do recognize that it was started by the Democrat Party, right? The KKK and all that bullshit was started in the South by the Southern Democrats. Y'all do get that, right? Oh, you don't. That's because one of the biggest problems is with my people in this culture, we don't like to learn on our own. We like to be given our opinion, told what to think, which I find incredibly ironic considering that most of these pro-black, black militant types are always anti-government. And yet y'all sit at the feet, bend the knee, bow down to, and suckle at the tit of the government. Oh man, Joe Biden, we love us some Joe Biden. You mean Joe Biden, who has been in politics with the support of some of the most openly racist politicians in the history of this government? That Joe Biden? The Joe Biden that wrote some of the strictest and most stringent prison laws that overwhelmingly affected the black community? That Joe Biden? The Joe Biden who even made some very inappropriate and insensitive comments about his then opponent in the Democrat race for president nomination, Barack Obama, when he said this.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
Yeah. That Joe Biden. That's who y'all down with. This is the government y'all supporting. And don't forget when Joe Biden made this comment, which is proving true over and over again.
And by the way, what you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things.
So how is it that because I'm against this cat, I'm against this current administration, because I don't follow the leader, how is my blackness in question? You see, I do something that our ancestors did. I mean the ancestors that fought for freedom and pulled themselves up from their bootstraps, like Clarence Thomas, the first African-American Supreme Court justice, has said. Because he constantly believes in black folks pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. Because he's seen the real racism, and he's also seen what black determination looks like. Check the city of Atlanta, Georgia, late 1890s, early 1900s, before the riot broke out that tore the city apart. Overwhelming black success stories. And look at the Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So much success by the African American community, it was referred to as Black Wall Street. Let's look at our recent history. Robert Johnson started an all-black network called BET. Oprah Winfrey became a big-time media mogul, powerhouse player, a black woman whose influence is absolutely undeniable. Tyler Perry. See, these are the people who believed in pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. As it pertains to politics, There is often a phrase used by the Democrat Party, vote blue no matter who, which has shown itself time and time again. There was no way in hell Biden should have won, just on the merits of his track record as a politician. There were even government officials that made the statement that Biden has been wrong on every international policy that he's ever spoken about. He was wrong. Proven wrong. Not just I think he's wrong. He has been proven wrong on every side he's been on when it comes to international politics. And that's the man y'all voted for. He and his administration ain't doing shit now. Southern border is a travesty. His free money giveaway has put America in an economic debacle. The way he handled the withdrawal from Afghanistan gave our enemies a shit ton of weapons and equipment to use against us. No, I don't believe in just blindly following any particular party. Some people have accused me of being a Republican. The Republicans had a saying, vote red until you're dead. I don't trust them either. As much as it has been proven that America was in a better place when Trump was president, and how when Trump was in office, black people prospered, all that's great, but he's done a lot of things that I don't agree with too. You see, I don't do that vote blue no matter who. I don't believe in vote red until you're dead. I believe whomever has the best policy, that's the person for me, which is how we should be as a race, as a culture, period. Black people should be the perpetual free agent, always looking for whom and what best boosts and moves us forward, period. As a matter of fact, here's what Malcolm X said about that.
In this crooked game of power politics here in America, the Negro, namely the race problem, civil rights issue, are all nothing but tools used by the whites who call themselves liberals against another group of whites who call themselves conservatives, either to get into power or to retain power. Among whites here in America, the political teams are no longer divided into Democrats and Republicans. The whites who are now struggling for control of the American political throne are divided into liberal and conservative camps. The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative. Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives. The American Negro is nothing but a political football, and the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism. In this game of deceiving and using the American Negro, the white liberals have complete cooperation of the Negro civil rights leader, who sell our people out for a few crumbs of token recognition, token gains, token progress.
Nah, y'all heard Malcolm. The difference between the conservatives and the liberals is that the liberals pretend to be your friend. The liberals are fakers. They use us to remain in power and don't give a damn about us in the long run. Hell, Biden has repeatedly used black folks to get in office or remain in office and f***ed us in the end. He has a track record with it. You ought to check it out. So you can question my blackness. Hell, I don't have anything to prove to anybody who believes I'm anti-black or anything else negative to that regard. As my man and fellow YouTuber Eric July said, I am under no obligation to address your false pretenses about me. Think what the f*** you want to think. I know who I am. I'm a man, I'm a Texan, I'm African American. And the reason I put African American last is because the hue of my skin does not determine who or what I am or will become. Yo, if you want to hear the rest, make sure you check out our podcast. You can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms. That is iHeart, Pandora, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Plus, if you want to reach us, drop us a line. You can find us at freemindthinkers2022@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about us. Leave a comment below and share the video with as many people as you can. I greatly appreciate that. This is your man, Big Brother Tucker. See you on the other side. And always remember, never be afraid to think differently.